Good morning, Robert. Line me brother. Hey y'all, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's Wednesday, hump day. Time to get the day started. Get up. Hey Antonia, my sister. Hey Robert, you made my day with your video yesterday. You were rolling. You were like, I don't have time. I just wanted to see Cree. I wanted you to listen to Cree. Cree Pyramid, just like it sounds. Man, I gotta go. You be on the move, man. But I appreciate that so much, and so it made my day. We were out last night. Should have been in bed, 11 o'clock, out getting french fries and big gulps. But it wasn't my idea at all. But I came across it. I hadn't seen it, so I just want to say thank you for that. But great morning, everybody. Good morning, Miss Diane. And it's Wednesday, y'all. The week is almost done. We are already halfway through the week. R-O. Right on? Does that mean right on, Antonia? I've never seen that one. I think that's what it means. But anyway, y'all, hey, happy Wednesday. I just want to come on and give you a few words of encouragement today from the Chronicles of Cree. And I was trying to figure out what we were going to talk about last night. I was talking to Sean, and we did the group live, and we were talking about Monique and Netflix. And it's not that we're trying to be, the talk show hosts of Facebook. It's just that it was an interesting topic that had been brought to my attention. I didn't know about it, and so that was kind of fun. But when he asked Cree, what are you going to talk about tomorrow? I was like, I don't know. But the thing that I took away from all of that is stay relevant. Stay relevant. You did it last year. It was in your memories. Oh, okay. That was awesome. I appreciate that. It warmed my heart all over again. But the topic is just simply stay relevant. Stay relevant. Stay relevant. We want to do all these great things. Great morning, Susan. But we have to stay relevant. And so no matter what it is we decide to do, no matter what profession we decide to become a part of, no matter your career, no matter what your path is, we have to stay relevant. And when we don't stay relevant, it can cause us to miss out. We can develop, the attitudes of, it's okay. I've already done my part. I've done enough. I've learned all I need to learn. I'm here right now and I'm good. No, we can't do that. Good morning, Ricky. We can't do that. We have to stay relevant. And one way to stay relevant is to, take control of your own education. Think about that. Take control of your own education. Don't just wait for things to just, happen on the news and you happen to be walking through the kitchen to get another cup of coffee and you hear, something in the news that's going on, or CNN does a news break and give you some information. Be responsible for your own education. Take control of it. That's one way to stay relevant. And so when you do that, that means that you're going to have to do some things that you don't want to do. You're going to have to, maybe join some organizations. I know in real estate, we're members of the National Association of Realtors, and we're also members of the Texas Association of Realtors, so TAR and NAR, and then we're part of Metrotex. And so being a part of these three organizations helped me to stay relevant in what I'm doing. So I need to read the magazines that come each month. I need to, participate in some of the activities. I need to get out and mix and mingle with other realtors so that I can stay abreast of what's happening. See, things are always happening, so we don't ever need to think that we've arrived and that we've learned it all. We have to stay relevant. And when we don't stay relevant, you got new people coming on the scene all the time. They know more than you. They grind harder than you. And you're left standing going, oh, but I'm good at this and I'm the best and I'm this and I'm this. No, you're irrelevant is what happens. You become irrelevant. And so we've got to always stay in the mindset that we're lifelong learners. Having a degree is great. I don't look at these. I'm grateful to have had the opportunity to get them. But I don't pay any attention to those. Good morning, Miss Patricia. Good morning, Mr. Allen. I don't pay attention to it because they're degrees on the wall, but they don't help me stay relevant. I have to be responsible for my own education so that I can stay relevant. I have to stay relevant. When people tell me that they are in a particular profession, but I don't see any of your work, I don't hear about you doing any of that, I don't see it being reflected in your life, it's going to be hard for you to come and convince me that you're good at what you do. We have to stay relevant. As a counselor, I have to go to trainings. I have to go to meetings. I have to do all these things so that I stay relevant. And when we don't, you know what? We get behind. End of story. So we got to always be sharpening our skills. Remember how growing up, your grandparents used to get out there and it would be like this little block of iron and they would sharpen their knives. I would watch my grandfather sharpen knives. I would watch him do that and I'd be like, Papa, what you doing? He would say, my knife is dull. Can't do nothing with a dull knife. I got to sharpen my knife. And he would just be in there just sharpening that knife. He'd do one side and then he'd do the other. So the more I watched him, I thought, okay, even though he's sharpening one side of the knife, one edge, and it's really, really sharp, he has to do the other side too. See, some of us are real good starters, but we're not good finishers. I heard Mark say that. A lot of us are really good starters, but we're not good finishers. So you have to do both sides. So we have to make sure that we're complete while we're staying relevant, okay? So that's number one. We got to take control of our own education. That's how we stay relevant. The second way that we can stay relevant is we got to make friends across different generations. And think about it. If all of your friends are the same age as you, what can you learn? If I'm stranded on an island somewhere, I don't want to be stranded with somebody that's my age. I want to be stranded with somebody that's 60, 70 years old, who've lived life, been through some hard times, been through the school of hard knocks, got the degree, taught the class, did some webinars, blog, and that's all they did. They went through the school of hard knocks and they learned a lot because they can teach me. That's what we need. We have to make friends across those different generations because we need to hear and see things from a different perspective. I have a very narrow perspective when it comes to coffee. I like it a certain way. I don't like liquid creamer. I don't care what flavor it is. I don't like flavors anyway. I just need plain powdered creamer. But a different perspective could be, well, Cree, why don't you try it with French vanilla? Oh, I have, but I didn't like it. Well, Cree, why don't you try it with Irish cream? I already have, but I didn't like it. So that doesn't work for me. Thank you. It doesn't work for me. So you have to make sure that you're figuring out what you need so you can stay relevant. You have to look at it like this. I don't know everything. But if I connect myself with others who have a little more experience than me, then maybe I'm just putting myself in a position to learn more. That's how we have to look at it. Because sometimes we're intimidated by people who offer suggestions because we say, well, who is he or who is she to try and tell me? You know, I already know. I studied that. Okay, that's why you're irrelevant too. Because you think you know everything. You think you've arrived. So when it comes to staying relevant, we have to figure out that there are some other people out there who know a little bit more than we do. That's why we call them experts. They're called experts. They're called gurus. They're called coaches. They're certified to do those things. And so when we are working with people who have lived a little longer than we have, we're more likely to learn something. And that's the truth. I have a lot of friends who are older than me. And yes, you must be the change you want to see in the world. That's true. Most of my friends, most of my friends are older than me. And I like that because I get to learn a lot from them. And so when my friends retire fairly early, debt-free, you think I'm not going to listen to what they have to say about life and finances and their experiences? Of course I am. Miss Ida says we have to make sure that it's a relevance of positivity. You doggone right. Because if it's not positive, I don't want it. I don't want it. And so it's okay to tell people, I'm sorry, but that's negative, and I can't allow that into my spirit. I don't care whose mouth it's falling from. It doesn't matter. And a closed mind has no future. That's true. Oh, great morning, Marion. Oh, girl, you back. How you doing? Yes, we're talking about staying relevant. And that is why, Miss Patricia, I have so much respect for my friends who pour into me and are older than me, because I know that they have my best interest at heart. And they're teaching me and I'm learning from them. And it's not always them going, okay, lesson 1 is this. No, we're just learning through conversations and through experiences, and I'm able to ask questions and get answers. And so that's another reason why we have to stay relevant. Another way to stay relevant is for us to We have to learn how to be a part of different types of conversations. You got to learn how to be a part of different conversations. It can't always be that, you're having a conversation about something that has nothing to do with what you're trying to do. Gossip, for example. Some people just, they get off on that. They get so excited about hearing what's happening with somebody else. Girl, I'm glad you're back. I'm glad you're feeling better too. Okay, flu and bronchitis, that's bad. Miss Ellen says you better be on board with the hazelnut cream. Ooh, no. You don't know what you're missing. No, that's gross. Susan says, this older friend has been learning a lot from you. Honey, I learned a lot from you. Susan is special, y'all. Susan is on the live today. And although Susan's a little older than me, Susan helped raise me when we were in Gilmore. Excuse me, let me get correct. We raise animals, we rear children. Okay, so back in the country we say raise. But she helped raise me, helped rear me in the country. And so she used to spend time with me, and she took me on a field trip to the zoo and took care of me. My grandmother let me go with her, and they lived up the street, so they're like family. And so it's awesome to have those kind of connections that are still in my life, and it helps me to stay relevant because I don't forget where I'm from. And so y'all, shout out to Susan this morning. It's Susan Brown Spring. She's on the live. And so she had a hand in rearing me. And so I'm grateful for that. I am. She saw me grow up from being a little bitty kid in my granny's house to now. And so that's amazing. But I've learned that I've had to join different conversations to Susan, because a lot of times, we hook up with people and we just hook up with them. And we don't even really have a reason. It's like it just happens by default because they're conveniently located. They live next door. They've always been in our family. They're just people that's close to us, and we don't learn a lot from them. But we've got to learn how to join in different conversations. We have to learn how to do that so that we can hear and learn from the perspectives of the world and not just our narrow focus. Robert says, you have to be receptive. I always had older friends because they've been there and done that. I can't learn anything from Pete. With Pete with Similac on their breath. That's what Martin says. Smell like you still got Similac on your breath. And that's an old episode, but I remember that. And Miss Patricia said those are God connections. They are. They are God connections. And that's what we have to pray for. It's like we have to pray and ask God to put these people in our paths. But it just seems like he's always taking such good care of me until I've always had these kind of people. Growing up, I didn't have a bunch of riffraff in my life. I didn't. We were poor, but I didn't have a bunch of riffraff. So I always had people pouring into me. I always did. Susan, I love you too. You have no idea. I do. And so I'm so grateful though. I'm grateful for the opportunities to stay relevant. And I'm grateful because I understand the importance of staying relevant. I do. I'm always learning, always doing something. Sometimes I feel like it's not enough time in the day because I need to read a little longer. I feel like, it's not enough time in the day because I need to accomplish a couple more things before I go to bed. But then I'm so tired sometimes until it's like, okay, I just need to go to sleep right now. But that's how we stay relevant. That's how we stay relevant. We have got to, learn how to, the first thing I said was take control of our own education. You got to always be learning. Self-development. That's what it is. Personal development, not shelf development, because there is a difference between self-development and shelf development. Shelf development happens when you go buy all the books people tell you and you don't even crack the spine. You don't even open it to read it, but they're sitting on your shelves. Shelf development. Let's stay away from that. It doesn't do you any good to go track the book down. Have the people that have price books ordered from all over town. They get it from another half price book in a whole nother country and they get it to the store. You go get it and then it sits on your shelf. Really? No, we got to get away from shelf development and really embrace self-development. So that's how we stay relevant. I don't want to be one of those people who are going, you know what, I just really don't know what I need to be doing next. I just don't know. I hate that feeling. I hate not knowing. I hate not knowing. So in order to do that, I have to do what it takes so that I remain relevant, y'all. Okay? So let's stay relevant today. It's hump day. It's Wednesday. Stay relevant. It's January the 24th. We've been in this thing 24 days now. And so in March, let's back it up. Beginning of February, middle of February, let's see if people are still trying to be relevant. Let's see if people are still, tapping into those goals, tapping into those visions, tapping into, just the idea of being more, the idea of being greater, the idea of being greater. Last night I posted a couple of pictures from the vision board, and there was one lady, thank you, Susan, for sharing the video. There was one lady who did her vision board, and then she framed it. And it was so nice. She framed it. And I was like, man, okay, maybe I need to frame my video. I need to frame it. Not frame my video, frame my vision board. But I posted that video for people to see it because people have different ideas of how they want their vision board to look so that it becomes a visual that they enjoy looking at. Some people say they put their vision boards on the ceiling. I know Sonny and his wife Pam have theirs on their ceiling. She said they do that because when they wake up, they want that to be the first thing that they see. All of these are things that people do to stay relevant. They do. Book sense is worthless without action. You're right. That's right. And so that's why we have to embrace it. My grandmother used to always say, if you want to hide anything from us, all you got to do is put it in a book because we're not going to open it. We're not. Don't let that be your story. But staying relevant is what allows you to have that competitive edge. I always say, hey, if you want to get that competitive edge, come and join my Spanish class. Yeah, I've said that before too. But just stay relevant. Just figure out, what can I do today that's going to help me be better at my craft? I don't know what your craft is. I don't know. But whatever it is, figure it out and stay relevant in it so that you're not asking people to come to your defense when you're all of a sudden not relevant anymore and they got other people, they'll take your place. If you think I'm playing, go to work and act like you don't know what to do. Start doing the work. They'll have you training your replacement. And I tell you, what, Texas is not will stay. We just no longer need your services. Like, that'll make you just kill up a bunch of people if your mind not right. Yeah, it will. I understand the concept of going postal. I don't agree with it, but I understand because it's hurtful. So in order to avoid all that, we just need to stay relevant. Sometimes people don't want to invest in themselves and they don't want to, pay to go to a conference or pay to join a group. They don't want to pay admission to go and hear someone speak. But you running around wanting to be relevant. What are you doing to pour into yourself? That's why the other day I talked about, what have you done for you lately? I don't wait on people to come and give me what I need for myself. Mr. Allen, I know that Irish cream and all that old other stuff, all them flavors that people add to their coffee makes the world go round, but not for me. It halts my world because I'm like, I don't want that. So even though I go to Starbucks, I take my own creamer and I take my cinnamon stick because that's what I like for my coffee. So I am prepared when I go. I'm prepared for me because I know what it takes for me. And that's why we have to be the way that we are. I use coffee for an example because a lot of people drink it, but a lot of people like it a lot of different ways. But you can't trust that when you get to your destination that people are going to have what you need because they know. I only know one other person who takes their coffee just like me. And when I go to her house, all I have to do is show up. The cup is there, the coffee is there, the creamer is there, and the cinnamon sticks are there. But on the most part, no. People figure out what works for them and that's what they go with. So do whatever it takes to become relevant. Whatever your craft is, do what you need to do to become the best at it. I had a student one time who, and this is a true story, he was at my school and he is going to remain nameless. And he wanted to help people find jobs. I said, help people find jobs? What do you mean help people find jobs? He said, I want to help people find jobs. He said, it's somebody who helped my mama find jobs. I said, oh, okay. So time went on, and one day it was Friday, and it was like show and tell in his class. He brought all these little cards to school. And at the end of the day, he put these little cards in the kid's desk. And one little kid said, oh, John Doe is being nasty. So they took up all the cards and they brought him to the office. He was crying. He was saying, they always in my business. They always in my business. I said, baby, what did you do? He said, I wasn't doing nothing. He said, I was trying to get a kid some cars to get to their mama. His mama was a stripper. And she was on a pole. Cute picture. Colors were bright. The card was pretty. But the content was bad. He wanted to help her find a job. He was trying to help his mama stay relevant, y'all. He didn't know it. He said, I wasn't giving the cards to the kids. I was giving them to the kids so they could give them to their mamas. I said, baby, you do know I'm going to have to tell your counselor. I had a co-counselor. I said, you do know I'm going to tell your counselor so she can talk to you, right? He said, don't be calling her. Whatever you do, don't call her. She going to be all in my business, too. I said, sweetheart, we have to be in your business right now. But we have to teach him to know. I understand you're trying to help. Baby was trying to be relevant. He was trying to keep his mama relevant. We have to do whatever it takes. We got to go that extra mile. And although he didn't really know what he was doing, he did, Sean. This is a true story. He was passing out those cards, but his mom was a stripper. And so in his mind, he was helping her by telling the kids, get this to your mama so you can come see my mama. He didn't know. He didn't know. But the lesson in it is to stay relevant. Do whatever it takes. You're going to have to pass out some cards. Who you got in your corner that can pass out some cards for you? Who do you have in your corner that can help promote you? Maybe not the best example. But the point is this. If you're good at what you do, whatever that may be the best at it. And when you are, people will speak on your behalf. Oh, they will. People will speak on your behalf because they know you're good. They know you're good. They know you're good. Robert says, don't let life or those 20, 30-somethings retire you. You ain't kidding. Yes, indeed. Hone your skills to stay on top of your game. For real. Now, these 20 or 30-something folks, they coming hard. They're confident. They're not embarrassed to say no. They don't have any shame when it comes to saying no. And they ask questions. They will. They will. But guess what? Not me, boo. I ain't falling to that. And Sean, yes, that is sad. It was sad, but Harper Valley PTA. It was sad, but the baby did. He brought those cards, and we had to explain to him that some jobs, we don't discuss and we don't talk about because it's a personal choice. It's just that one wasn't appropriate for school. But he was helping his mom's business. He said, But I want to help you with yours, and that's why. I believe in logo. I believe in the group Ladies Optimizing Godly Opportunities. And I believe in helping people get to the next level because we all have to stay relevant. We have to stay relevant so that we don't lose our position to those who are more relevant than we are. It happens all the time. And Robert, I like how you said 20 or 30 something retire you because they sure can. They come in and they come hard. They do. They do. Yes. Stop, Miss Ida. I know, right? Somebody contain her. Contain her. But yes, ma'am, Miss Patricia, it was his normal. But we were able to help him. He's in he might be in high school now. Or maybe late middle school. But he lived with his grandmother and he was helping his mom. So that's what he did. But I wish you well on today. It's Wednesday. And I hope that you've accomplished a lot. I have a lot on my plate for today, too, just like you probably do. But I wish you well. And I want you to think about that today. Stay relevant. What are you going to do to stay relevant today? How are you going to get some personal development time in? You got to drive to work. So that's some time right there. You got to drive home from work. That's some time right there. I know a lot of times I get in my car. I want to hear my husband's voice. I want to listen to the radio. And a lot of times I have to just say, nope, I need to hear this. And I just put it on and that gives me that time. So do whatever it takes to stay relevant so that, as Robert said, the 20 and 30-year-olds won't retire you, okay? Don't let them have it. Yeah, they bringing it. And Robert, they coming hard with it too. They are. So let's stay relevant. I want to see everybody at the top because the bottom is too crowded. It's where 97% of the people are and they're comfortable being there. They don't give a darn about being relevant. They don't care. I know that's right, Antonia. She said, let's eat, put in the work. And that's what we have to do. And sometimes when we find ourselves a part of the 97%, and sometimes we don't get there we don't get there because we purpose to be there. It just happens. But when we realize that's where we are, we've got to move on out. We got to move out. You got to pack your bags and move out. You got to get to the 3%. Success always leaves clues, so I hope you're paying attention. Stay relevant. Do whatever it takes, but stay relevant. I don't care what other people are doing. Just stay relevant. Stay relevant so you don't lose your place, okay? I see everybody at the top because the bottom is too crowded. Have a fantastic Wednesday. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.